Hey guys, this is continuation part of Azure DevOps. In this video, we learned queries. Already we covered work item, board, backlog, sprint, even member, teams, all these things we covered it also. You guys can check out my previous video. There you will find out all the detailed explanation of all these things. So let's start with the queries. So in the query section, guys, we have the favorites. Whatever the queries we select as a favorite, that will become over here. All means all the queries. This query is related to the what I will create myself, and shared query means whatever the query I will share with the team. So here we will create a one folder, new folder. Name I'm giving a shared query, and that I will make it under the shared queries folder. Now inside in it we will create a new query. We can create the new query outside also, but right now I'm creating into this folder only. So let's make the new query. So now this is default editor query. So to run this query we need to simply click on run, and here we can see this is the field. There we can choose any field also if the field is greater than to the 180 days. So whatever the work item we created in 180 days, all this work item will become. Another end condition we have, and work item type, any type, all the type of work item we will get it. Here we can choose the epic feature, all this thing also. Suppose I choose in the epic, here we'll get the only epic, and suppose I choose the feature, we made the two feature only. Another thing we have, and state means all the state, like the active, closed, all are the state. Here we can see it also which query we closed it, that detail we will get it. And if suppose if I'll check the active one, it does not have any active in the feature. Okay, let's take the any and we'll see the active. There also it does not have, and we can see accepted. Do we have? It does not have it also. Planning in the progress, and we can see new definitely we have a lot of queries also, right? So this is the way we can write down the query and we can execute it also. Here all the result we can see, even guys result we can see over here also. Here we can see the result in the larger way. Here we have the chart we will make the later on. We have operator, guys, less than, not equal to, all are the operator. Inside it we have the expressions. What expression we wanted to use, we can use it also. Suppose here we wanted to write down the work item type, and inside in it we will choose contain. We have so many operator, guys, so we'll use the in, and inside in it we will write down the task, comma feature, comma user story. Okay, so these things we wanted to include it. So when we execute, these things will become which have the active state. Okay, and suppose here we will make the or means, guys, this is the conditions, and this is also, you can see epic is also start coming, because whatever this one, these conditions, or exactly it will bring the, because epic is also in the new state, so that's why it's coming as a new state also. So suppose over here we will change to the state. This is a state, and here we will write down the new state. In the below I wanted to check one more state, guys, that is called active. So these are the two states. Either I will use the in operator and we will pass by the comma separated, or either actually we have these two things. But we want these two things will become as a or, and should we work with this one. So we need to be the grouping it also. In generally SQL Server, how we are doing it, we will write down a query, we have the basically or statement, and we put it the round bracket. But here if we need to do such a thing, then we need to be grouping it also. So to group, actually we need to be select this way. So we need to select and we need to group it. Now if we'll execute, now we'll see we will get all the data which has a new and active. Okay, but we can see epic is one coming. But if I ungroup this one, epic will be come also. So this is the way we can actually group it also if we require to group this query, and we will get the appropriate data. Another thing is, suppose I wanted to add a new clause, and here we will write down title. Here we will use the contain. In this title, if suppose we are creating login is the word, we are searching it. When we click on the query, whatever the login one, all these things will become. So here we can choose the different operator. According to that, we can search the work item. And one more thing, guys, if I click it on this one, I can click on this button, back to query, we can come back it also. And if you wanted to run this query across the project, if we have the number of project, then we can click on this one, execute the query. This query can be run on different project also. Suppose I will remove this one and execute it. Now we can see we got it exactly different data also. So these data might be coming from the different project also. But how do we know which project is actually belongs to this particular task? To do this one, we can increase the column also. And column we can increase from here, column options. Here we will actually choose the team project. Okay. Now we can see this project name is Tailwind Trader, and below when is the job application. So that means this data is coming from the two different projects. Now once we write down the query, we should be save it also, so that we can run it in the future also. So we can give the query name. Suppose I'm giving the multi-project work item, and that will become under the shared queries. Click on OK. Now if I'll go into shared queries, here we can see we have this is query. From here also I can run the query directly, and we'll see all our data came. If I need to change anything in the query, I will go in editor, I will change it also, right? So whichever the first item, this item we can see it over here. So if I select something, here only we can see it also. So we don't need to be click, even here also we can see it also. Another thing is, if we'll go in a query, we can see this query is actually outside of it. We can drag and drop because this folder at the time we created, that was didn't refresh. So once we create any folder or any change, guys, we should be refresh it also. Otherwise actually it will come like a way. We can drag and drop on this folder. Now this query is actually come under this folder. Now we can click it over here. This query I can make the favorite also. So once I will go in queries, here we can see in favorite, we can see this is my query is coming, right? And this query is actually coming into over here. Even here also I can run directly query also. And all the favorite queries we can see in the favorite tab. Even I can assign this query to one of my team also. So suppose backend team, this query will assign, and once I assign, you can see backend team query will become favorite, backend team, continue where you left it also. All these things will become. So here project wise also we can assign the queries. And one more thing, guys, all the queries, all the data, all the work item, even related thing also, we have security tab. In the security, if we'll go, we have the security. Here we can actually give that. You can see search for a user or group, means we can search it through the user. Even we can give the access to the team also. Suppose I wanted to give to the access to my backend team. This is the backend team. Here I can set this backend team can do the contribute. Contribute means they can modify it also. Allow, delete, no, we'll say deny. Manage permissions, they can change the permission also. Deny, read only, yes, they can read only also. So all this permission we can give it in this way, and we can close it also. Another thing, if we'll go inside in a query, we can rename the query also, and plus we can email this query. Whatever the result of this query, we can email it, and even we can copy the query URL, we can share to somebody, and we can export it also in a CSV also. Another thing, this is result where we can see the query result. This is editor where we can change the data of the query. And this is chart. Here we can add the chart also. We can click it over here. We have the number of the chart. Suppose I wanted to add a bar chart. This is the chart name, whatever the name we wanted to give it. Suppose I wanted to give the backend team bar chart. Here we will choose the group so that we can show the count in a bar chart. We will choose the state, the work item type, count. Here will become the count as a work item. Value. In the value what we wanted to show it, ascending and descending value. These are the basically the color for task, feature, user story. These are the color. Even we can customize it also. The data will become in this way. We can save the chart also, and chart will become. Even we can make it n number of chart also. We can create a new chart, and we can create a new chart will become.